Hey everybody, and welcome back to Fresh Set. I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Kevin.
And we're back.
We're here.
No race this
No
week.
race.
We're both dressed in black. We are mourning the...
Why? I just, for 3 seconds, I fucking forgot about it today.
Sorry.
And I have been pissed off.
Sorry.
And I finally stopped nursing a hangover, and now you just did it to me again. This shouldn't be vodka.
Sorry. Last week we wore our hats.
You're still gonna do it. Okay.
Yeah, we wore our Jays hats and came down to game 7 and they lost yesterday. Anyways, really sad. We're both in mourning. Kevin more so than me. But we're here and we're gonna talk about racing. Nothing to do
I'm
with
about to
baseball.
press the end button right now and just throw this fucking table over.
We're here to talk about Formula One. So before I jump into
a sport that could never disappoint me.
Well, yeah, it might this year. Before we jump into everything, just wanted to remind you, if you are not already, follow us and find us on social media at Fresh Set Podcast on all social media, and then as well wherever you get your podcasts, and YouTube at Fresh Set Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all the things. But no race this weekend. We've got 4 races left in the season, 2 sprints, one being this weekend, which is Brazil. And we have the first and foremost weather report saying 95% rain all weekend, which is what we saw last year.
Yep.
In
all weekend.
So it's going to be fun. I'm just pulling it up. Yeah, 95% Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, it is going to be a disaster. Now, last year we saw Lando was on pole last year, correct?
Yep.
And then he crashed out. No, he did not crash out.
No, it was a safety car.
Safety car, yes. But
it was a late safety car.
He was also not taken out, but overtaken by the 2 Alpines. They finished on the podium.
Yes, was that? Yes, that was the... Yeah.
I can't believe I forgot. They were both on the podium. They drove great. That was also Lance Stroll putting himself into the gravel.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was fun. It was a good weekend.
Good weekend.
It was a good weekend.
Yeah, and that was, Max starting 17th, I think it was.
I'm just trying to pull it up here now.
16th or 17th.
Somewhere from the back,
and winning that race. And again, we've seen him fight through. We know he's good in wet weather. We haven't seen... I was going to say, we haven't seen Oscar or Lando fight through with wet weather. We have.
Yes, he did start 17th.
17th, okay.
Yeah.
So, we have seen Oscar and Lando fight through wet weather. But we haven't seen them do it in a way that they end up on a podium or they do something miraculous or... Yeah. And I'm not saying that either of them are bad in the wet. There are just some drivers just amazing. Lewis is one of them. Max is really good. Hulk, I believe, is another one. And Gasly.
Hulk was pretty good in the wet as well. He's had a few good wet weather drives.
So, it's all to play for. Yeah. And the sprint points are going to matter. And at least this way it's fair. At least it's going to be raining all weekend. So all the qualifyings are going to be messed up. and the two races are going to be messed up. So I think it's all fair, and it's really going to be, I think this is going to be a race that if you don't watch, you probably want to watch this one, because this is going to be, I think it's going to be a determining weekend of
I think we're going to see. Oh yeah, I think there's going to be DNFs by both McLarens. I think it's going to happen. I think there's going to be pressure and wet, and it's just not going to be a good combination. And Max is going to be laughing the whole way through.
Yeah, I have a feeling this weekend is going to be the one that really flips everything. And I agree. I do think there's going to be some McLaren mess ups, or mishaps, whatever. But I just, in any regard, I think this weekend is going to be the one that really tells us because if Max isn't able to do something, somebody crashes into Max crashes into somebody, and the McLarens finish even 2-3, let's say, that makes it that much harder for Max. So, we throw George onto George winning.
We all know how much George doesn't just stays nice and calm in wet weather.
Yeah, God. We should tell him from now that it's raining. Yeah. It will be raining. I hope it's a good race. Now that I'm saying this is the race to watch, but I hope it's a good race.
We have 60% chance in the afternoon for about 1 millimeter of rain for sprint quali. So that, just to mess with them just a little bit.
Yeah.
70% chance for it's not a lot of rain. It's 1 millimeter of rain, but thunderstorms Monday, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. So good for a race in a quali. And then Sunday, actually, I think it's changed now. It's only 20%. We might not get, or we might get some sprinkles. Who knows?
Some sprinkles, some sweat in George's eye.
Some sweat. Yeah. I mean, this is all subject to change, so who knows?
Yeah. And I mean, this is also to that point, if you have a really bad qualifying that is in the rain, that just doesn't help you the next day when it's no longer raining, right? Yeah. So we have seen, I want to say it was 2 years ago, we've seen red flags in Brazil because of the rain. It almost looked like
we had that qualifying where Lance Stroll ends up in third place.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Had no idea where he was going to go.
Yeah. He was in the cool down room or whatever it was.
It was like a tent. It was just everybody's getting out of the rain.
He's like, what's going on? I think Brazil's going to be a good eye-opening race, and we'll see what happens. But I kind of agree with you. I think the pressure around the McLarens might just be too much, and especially if they're going to be starting, call it 1, 2, 2, 3. If they're beside each other, fireworks.
I mean, I don't think that Oscar's. We can just get into it now. I don't think Oscar's got the confidence that he's going to start in 1 or 2. He doesn't really seem very happy with his car.
No.
Talking to, can't remember which outlet this was, but he says the last couple of races have been surprising in terms of pace. We have some evidence of where the pace is and what to do, but I've had to drive my car very differently, which after 18 rounds where it worked perfectly is tough to wrap your head around. So it sounds like he's, Lando's just having a great time, and Oscar's struggling in a car that they've seemingly got both. I mean, they're set up to the driver, but they've both had the same upgrades. It's not like one's had more than the other.
Yeah.
He's talking about the last 18 rounds, so he's looking at this was
up until Austin,
until the last couple, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Which kind of aligns with those repercussions. I think it was this last race was when the repercussions were dropped from Lando, but they can say that there are these repercussions and then just mess with the other car, just to be like, oh yeah, we did it, and then look, you crashed. So
I don't think that a team would do that. I wouldn't put it past them to keep Lando happy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them, but I don't want to believe it. Although it's kind of shitty when you've got the constructors lined up or yep, locked up, excuse me.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, one of the other cars is not performing as expected, or at least the driver's struggling in ways that he hasn't before this year.
Yeah, and heavily the driver that kind of got you to the constructors. I mean,
they
Lando
both have, yeah.
has won his fair share as well. But yeah, I mean, Oscar with a lot of defending in races, holding people up, making those adjustments of switching positions when needed, when none of us would have. Let's be serious. So yeah, I agree. I don't think they've done that, but hey, I mean, would a team really mess with that's their own name as well, right? Too.
You know what? I think if it was a driver that was giving them problems, maybe they might or might not care as much.
Fair.
But it's not. I don't think they're doing it to Oscar. No. I think it's unfortunate. Maybe they're just trying not as hard to fix the problem.
Yeah, they're like, we looked.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fuel cap wasn't on
properly. Yeah. I sent an email to the factory. They haven't gotten back to me. I don't know. Maybe it's in the spam.
Oh, that guy's on PTO.
Yeah.
Darn. Yeah. Darn. But yeah, so Oscar not feeling so confident, which I think we mentioned on the last episode that we did. We all see it. We all see that he is not the same aggressive, confident Oscar that we've come to know. We're getting emotion from him, which is not a bad thing.
But those emotions are coming with mistakes or poor decisions.
Yeah. And PR, which we see the emotion in the car, and then he gets out and it's like the PR answer.
Blackface,
where, we've seen Lewis be pissed in the car, and then he gets out and he's still pissed, and he struggles through an interview because he's still pissed. He's
still mad,
and then maybe, the next weekend he comes out and says, sorry, like I didn't mean to, I was just frustrated, whatever. But yeah, McLaren. God, they didn't even race this weekend, and we're already pissed off about McLaren. All right. So I know you've scanned this. I don't know how much you actually looked at it. We have the Destructors Championship. Mm-hmm. So we talked about the Constructors, which
I know who's first and who's last.
Okay. So we've got the Destructors list, which is basically which of the drivers 1 to 20 who have the most damage to their car. And it doesn't necessarily, which this kind of sucks.
In terms of dollar value.
Yes. But it also sucks because even if they didn't crash or cause an accident, like the engine failing on them goes towards this deconstruct, which is like, it's not his fault that the engine didn't work.
When we talked about it last year too, it's even if somebody runs right into the side of you and destroys your side pod.
Yeah.
You're not calling their insurance. They're not paying for it. So.
Yeah. So we will go, I'll tell you from the top. So Yuki Tsunoda has the most damage. 3.2 million.
I saw that and I'm thinking, like, I can't remember where he had, like, I don't remember him having multiple damages. Like, where did this come from?
No, we've seen lots of front wing, like the end plate has fallen off. We've seen, I can't remember a Yuki like crash in the wall. He's had dust ups.
I'm sure he's had it, but I didn't know if there was. I can't remember one that was massive.
To put him as at the top is insane.
Like where he's breaking a chassis or suspension.
Yeah,
he must have had it, but. Yeah. And he was also this also counts toward his Racing Bull numbers too.
Yeah. So, which again, I can't
remember. No,
can't remember. Second, do you want to guess who's second?
Oh,
without looking at
I didn't save it,
Okay.
but I did see it, and I want to say it was one of the McLarens. I think it is Lando.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
Lando.
yeah.
2.6 million. 2.674 if you want the exact number. Uh, which kind of a shock, but again, McLaren, they have had some rough moments when they
Yeah.
have DNF'd. I mean, their DNFs have been Lando losing the front and the rear. It has been, um, you know, rear-ending a car, going into
Yeah.
the side of a car. So yeah, Lance Stroll in third,
Oh, Lance. I
uh,
thought it was a Williams for some reason.
2.3. Charles Leclerc 1.8. In fourth, Isaac Hadjar 1.7.
He has had some
Yeah,
well, I mean, there was one right in the beginning of the year
yeah,
where he had
the car
it
just
was
didn't
a
work.
pretty yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's had some, not a lot, but there's ones where wheels are off, suspension's broken,
yeah,
wings back. I think he had one in the back wing, didn't he, where he spun around? Can't remember, but yeah, he's
yes,
had a few. His name has come up as for
yeah,
as good as he's driven.
yeah. Liam Lawson 1.6, Ollie Bierman 1.5, Oscar Piastri 1.4 in damage. Carlos Sainz 1.3, Bortoleto 1.2, Colapinto 1.1, which I'm also guessing might be Jack Doohan in there as well.
No, I think they attribute it
Because
to the
Jack's not on
driver.
this list. So, and Jack crashed that car a bunch of times before he was kicked out.
He didn't have enough
Still.
races to properly crash that car. He had the one where he went right into people, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, maybe there's a little bit unsure, but
I think they're just doing.
Colapinto.
I think they're just doing
Yeah.
the drivers that are on the grid
Yeah.
because there's no way he's less than the last place.
Yeah. Colapinto Lewis, 1 million. Then we go into the orange with Pierre Gasly, 872,000. Fernando Alonso, 800. Kimi Antonelli, 785. Nico, 717. Esteban Ocon, 692. Alex Albon, who has had trouble with this car. Williams has had trouble with this car, especially more recently in his car. We saw Carlos's trouble at the beginning of the car.
Yeah.
But Alex Albon's damage is only 630,000.
He learned his lesson from last year.
Yeah.
He was near the top.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, if not, no. Logan.
No, he
Sargent
was not.
the top.
Logan was the top.
Yeah, Logan was the top. But yeah, I was shocked when I saw Alex Albon so low on this list. But good for him, I guess. And then we have the two best friends, George Russell at 475 in 19th place, and then Max, who is technically in the green, at 215.
No problem. Take it out of his piggy bank.
Yeah, I mean, have we seen, there hasn't been a big Max.
For the amount of coming togethers they've had, like him and George, him and Lewis, the close racing that he's had to be at that. I mean, he's gotten pretty lucky, as well as he's good, but he's gotten lucky.
Yeah.
There's a reason why you just cut the corner and come back on.
Yeah, and I'm also thinking like a lot of the issues that he has come across this season. Yes, he's been aggressive, but a lot of times it's the other car that ends up spinning out and is like out of the race or sustaining more damage. How does he do that? I don't know.
Be the one who pushes first.
Yeah, I was gonna say considering he's the more aggressive of the drivers. But yeah, obviously there are 4 more races.
We could see a big change in these.
We could see a big change, but last year we had Gasly that had $0 of damage. So we're not there.
Hard to be damaged when you're at the back of the pack and you just got blue flags.
Yeah. Well, I mean, where did I say he was? He was
kind of 800
in the middle. Yeah, he
He was the
was.
first under a million, wasn't he?
Yeah, 872.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and Kimmy had a couple crashes too. So for him to be 785,
We could see Yuki reach the 5 million mark before the end of the year. There could be a late red flag or late safety car with Max in the lead, and Yuki just, I don't know, finds the
see.
lone pigeon on the on the track, and freaks out and hits the barrier.
I see. Is that like
The new crash gate, yeah.
foil hat with the crash gate?
Not even foil hat. It is just that I'm going full Simpsons here. It's making
Okay.
my prediction.
Okay.
Yuki's causing some damage when Max is under fire,
Okay.
or has a chance to catch somebody in front.
Do you want to wager what race this is?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I've
It's
lost
just
too
gonna
much
happen
money already in this year, so we're good.
in the next 4 races, Yuki will crash out.
I'll buy you a drink if it doesn't
Okay.
happen.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
That's all I need. Yeah. So that's the Destructors championship, which again we'll have an update at the end of the season as well. But good to kind of see where that is right now. What else do we have?
The FIA is considering some rule changes. A rule change. I'm sure they're considering several, but considering to make every single race a mandatory 2-stop race. I think the comments by George about talking about basically whoever wins it to turn 1, everything stays the same, even though we saw that wasn't the case last week.
Especially with him.
McLaren shoved up his ass.
Especially with him.
Yeah, so they're looking at different ways that maybe they can make it a 2-stop. So this way, we're not worried about on-track strategy anymore. We're worried about pit stop strategy, and that's what racing is going to become, which I'm sure he'll have something to say about that as well. Which, I mean, I don't want. I'd rather have cars that are more equally matched than they are. But some of the things they're considering for mandatory 2-stops are you have to use all 3 compounds. So you're coming in for 2 pit stops to change. You can have 2 stops with no tire compound rules, so you can just use whatever as long as you come in for. We'll see some of those 56 or 70 lap races where they're using soft after soft after soft.
Yeah.
Depending on what the length of it is or what the conditions are out there.
Yeah.
And then there's limit the stint lengths to 45% of race distance. So you got to go at least 45, another 45, and then the last 10, or however it's divided up, whatever, as long as you don't exceed 45 per stint.
Yeah. I don't like any of this.
No.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of any of this because, I mean, what's good and you can say bad about it is teams figure out strategy.
Yeah.
If we do it like this, everybody's on the same strategy. Okay. It might change. You start on hards. This person starts on mediums, which is what we have now. But sometimes tires fail. Like you start on the hards, and then as a strategist, the team now has to figure out how do we get out of this.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we're forcing them to do all of these extra things where every race, it's just.
I don't like the racing being just a pit stop strategy. Like you're gonna go and it's gonna be who's gonna come first and who's gonna undercut, and I mean it already is that, but it's a small portion of whatever the race is. Mm-hmm. How many pit lane infractions are we gonna have if you're doubling the amount of pit stops in certain races? Because now somebody's not gonna, or they cross the white line, or they speed in the pit lane, they're a kilometer over, and then you're going to give them an extra 5 seconds, but you're forcing them to come in when they normally wouldn't.
Yeah.
And you're gonna change this now, not knowing what the 2026 cars can do.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense, and it takes the racing off the track.
Yeah.
The racing becomes in the pit lane, which is kind of silly. I don't. Yes, I understand. Like, there's some tracks that we need a mandatory 2 because it's 72 laps that we're doing and whatever.
No, they did a mandatory 2
Yeah.
in Monaco because there was no passing, and they wanted it to be about some kind of strategy, or you could pass in a pit lane, basically.
Still didn't change it.
Nope, not at all.
Still
Not at all.
didn't change it at all.
So let's use that model.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this idea. I agree. I think there's going to be more infringements, more problems, more crashes.
More
We have
crashes.
the potential of a pit lane injuries because people are just so in and out of their pit lane closures because there's a crash in the pit lane.
Yeah.
We've seen this season a lot more than normal this season. We've seen people extending tires, and this is good on Pirelli. They've figured out how to masterclass their tires, but we've seen people taking a soft tire that's supposed to last 20 laps. We've seen them take them to 32.
Yep.
We've seen mediums go for 50 laps. I mean, they're not supposed to do that, and I think if you break that up and now force people to come in, we're going to lose that little bit of excitement of the tire degrading, being great in the beginning, falls off a little bit, and then comes back alive. Yeah. We're going to lose all of that. It's going to be an extremely slow race, really.
Well, and that's where the real strategy should be, because if their tire's not supposed to do that, and all of a sudden you've got great conditions, you know, the weather's great, the track's performing better than expected. You know, we've had an F1 Academy and an F2 and an F3 race all in the same weekend, and there's lots of rubber on the ground, and you know, track changes by the hour. That's where the strategy comes in. That's where it should be. It shouldn't be where you're going 80 kilometers an hour. Yeah. And then you're potentially going to hurt a bunch of the pit crew because now you got cars coming together and they don't see each other.
In and out. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't seem smart. I can't imagine, and again, the drivers don't have that much say in rules passing, but I'm sure they're going to come together and be like, no, this is stupid.
They're going to voice their opinion, and the FIA is not going to care because they're a dictatorship and not a democracy. So
yes. Which we have just realized.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of knew before, but now it's on paper that's what it is. Yeah. So yeah, not a fan of that. So hopefully, I mean, not actually. If I had to choose one of them, I think I would go with it doesn't matter the tire compound.
So you could just come in and
soft. If you wanted.
But I don't even really like that one either, because if you wanted to go all 3 softs, if it was performing well or whatever, yes, we're gonna get faster racing, but there's no strategy again. It's not like we saw it this weekend, right? Everybody started on the softs, Max went on the mediums. We saw Max or Charles take his softs to 32 or 33 when they were expecting 22 to 25. Yeah. And then everybody realized how good they were, and their strategies all changed. Yeah. I don't even know if I would want to pick one.
I mean, or the all 3, like using all 3 tires, but then that's a whole disaster in itself.
I want to know what the penalty would be for not having a second stop on a mandatory. I forget what it was in Monaco. Because if I'm going to get a 10-second penalty for not taking my second stop, and I'm Lando now, and I've gained 38 seconds, or I'm 10 seconds ahead, and if I don't take my pit stop, I still gain an extra 20. I'll take that all day.
Well, and I think maybe this is part of the reason they want to do that. It's going to help eliminate those wins of 38 seconds ahead, because everybody has to come in. So even when Lando was ahead by whatever he was, 35 seconds.
30,
yeah. When he came out, he was only 8 seconds ahead of Max, I think. Yeah. So I think it'll bring that down.
I don't think it does, because everybody's got to do it now, because Max can't, you know, if Lando was going to take the extra 1 and be 8 seconds ahead, Max is still going to have to take 2. You know what I mean? Like that strategy is not going to play because they're still going to have
Yeah.
to do the same amount of pit stops. So he'll
Yeah.
still build that lead or can maintain it or whatever.
Yeah.
It,
Well, and you know what's really going to mess it up is if they have to do all these two stops and then you happen to come out if they don't get rid of the blue flag. If you come out
if
behind.
they did 2 stops and got rid of the blue flag, then I'd be fine with it.
Yes, they have to do.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to do both.
That's fine.
You can't have
That's
them
fine with me.
like.
But they
Yeah.
could just take away blue flags now. And it
Yeah.
would still make the racing much more interesting. It would close those gaps so much more.
Yeah.
You know, now if you've got to fight 2 cars to get ahead.
Yeah.
In front of you when you've got your rival behind you. Yeah, that's what they need to do. That's what they
Yeah.
should be doing. Take away free passes to somebody
Yeah.
where they can still gain.
Well, and I think at the end of the day, someone that is in 20th that sees Lando or Oscar coming up behind them, that's not who they're fighting. So are they going to be doing a
Yes, they
true
would.
defensive
Yes, they would.
true defensive move on them?
I think
That
they
just
would.
ruins their
does.
their race though.
To me, that's unless I'm, you know, in 11th or 12th and I'm fighting for a point. If I'm in 19th or 18th, that's pride. I'm not getting past. There's no way that I'm
You're
gonna
not
let you
getting
pass.
past
Plus,
me.
if I'm friends with the rival and not the person who's trying to pass me, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna try and mess you up.
Yeah. I mean,
You want to beat me? Beat me.
We'll see a lot of through goes Hamilton if
Mhm.
if they get rid of the blue flag.
Just think about how much better and how much more exciting laps 20 to 60 or whatever, however many races, that in between that 25 and 75% of the race would be if now I'm coming up to pass somebody and now I have to pass them. Because I think this weekend we had a first lapping. It was early. It was
Pretty
in the
early
30s.
on.
It was in the 30s,
Yeah.
and then everything got messed up. But
Yeah.
it was early.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it will show true racers as well.
Mhm.
I mean, blue flags are in the new generation of racing. They didn't always exist. People, if you got back to a back marker, you had to figure out a way past them.
Yeah. If I'm Lando, I'm not racing. I'm just driving. I'm just driving quickly because people are getting out of the way.
Yeah.
Same thing with when Max was winning with this. He wasn't racing. He was just driving.
Yeah.
And that was it.
So much
It was
so
easy
that
passes.
the camera was never on him.
No, exactly. Because there was nothing.
And we saw
there
it this
would've-
weekend.
There would have been there's no reason to watch him because he has no competition.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it's even boring for the broadcasters too when they're like, well, you know, Lando's way ahead. Max is way ahead, driving on his own. But yeah, I think if they get rid of blue flags and do this tire stop, perfect. This because it brings racing back.
Oh, I think they could just do the one, and
They could just do the one. They could just get rid of the blue flags. But
Well,
if
that would
they're going to
change
bring in the tires,
everything.
but if they do the tires,
Yeah.
they have to get rid of the blue flags.
Then you're going for chaos, I think.
Yeah, you
I
are
think-
choosing violence
Yeah,
every weekend. Like, we would probably start to see like, and it was the first team that popped into my head, but we'll start to see the Alpines be on the podium like consistently with that. If
I wouldn't give him consistently.
I think they would be okay. Again, I just picked the Alpines as the first one to come to my head, but I think we would start to see consistent of not the top 4 teams.
Yeah.
We'd be
You would
seeing
see
more.
you would see what you saw this weekend. Not this weekend, early this weekend. So qualifying or sprint? Not sprint. Whatever it was. You were gonna see like where you're gonna have the top 4 being different cars. You're gonna have the Racing Bulls in there. You're gonna have Stake in there somewhere. You know, once in a while, you're gonna have Williams in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really going to play with the order. But again, we're going into a new generation of cars. Why are we making all of these changes before we've even seen what this car can do?
Have you ever?
Everybody's starting at the base level anyways, so.
Have you ever solved a Rubik's Cube?
No. I've gotten
Neither have
like a
Neither
line
have I.
or
So you do the same thing I do. Like we just flip it around
yeah.
and then hopefully it works out. and
Yeah.
then just pray for the best. This is
Yeah.
what they're playing with Rubik's cubes here. They're just throw it in the
Yeah.
air.
Yeah. I feel like there's, I don't know, I feel like there's a bunch of drivers that could probably solve a Rubik's Cube.
Oh, I guarantee there are. Yeah,
Like, I
there's
feel like
much-
Lewis
yeah,
can
yeah.
can solve one.
For some reason, Charles doing it with his toes while he's playing the
Yeah.
piano. I don't know.
can
He's
see
just-
Charles being one that could do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of them that can definitely. We just
Max
made that.
spins it on his finger and throws it out. But you know, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
funny.
it's ridiculous.
But yeah. So that was our rant about that tires. Anything else that we had? There wasn't that much this week.
I don't really have.
but...
It wasn't a lot. The FIA is being sued. For
Yeah.
by I forget what her name is, the French one that was running or wanted to run, saying it's not a democratic, whatever, something against the rules, that it's not an actual true democratic process. She's looking for change. Good for her.
Yeah.
Hope she wins. Don't think she will.
No, I don't even think she'll get paid off. I think it's just gonna be
No, they're just gonna let her just
talk.
speak until she decides to stop.
Yeah. And then the only, which you said is not really news, but we have an engagement on the grid.
Yeah, that's your news.
Well, it's not really great news for me, but Charles Leclerc got engaged, or it was announced this weekend, today.
Yeah.
So sad.
That was
I should have had a black veil over my
Oh,
face.
okay, yeah, like you're just your heart's been widowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was the fastest F1 news I've scrolled past. I'm like, I don't care. It's just,
Me
like,
and Bianca were just crying, but
Couldn't-
you know.
couldn't care less that he got engaged. Couldn't care less if she's in the paddock. I really don't.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's lovely, but that's not why.
That's
Don't
not why
really
you're
care.
watching.
No.
Yeah, which is really, what's funny is Carlos just had this a few weeks ago, talked about how the wives and girlfriends, like, why are you showing them on the broadcast this whole time?
Yeah.
Last weekend, they don't show them at all, and then kept showing Carlos, which he had some interesting stuff going on, but, and then now this news going into a race weekend, it's just going to be all Charles and Alexandra again. So, but whatever. We'll get over it. I just won't watch any of that. Well, you're already over it.
Never got under it.
I will be over it. But yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's it. Pretty slow
That's
week.
it. Slow news week is as we get closer to the
Going
end of
into-
the season.
Slow news week going into a disaster weekend, probably.
Yeah. We still have some drivers that haven't signed, teams that haven't
Yeah.
signed drivers. There's everybody but Alpine has confirmed that Franco Colapinto is driving for Alpine in 2026. And they basically said what we've seen is basically that his times are matching Gasly's. So why not just work with what you've got? I guess nobody's bright and shiny that they want to steal from anywhere or bring up from F2.
I mean, and that can always change.
Yeah, I mean, it could be you've got 6 races in 2026 to figure this out. But I kind of do think it is probably a smart move, especially with a mid to back field team. We don't know what the cars are going to do. This driver, he's matching your number 1 driver. Keep him.
Yeah.
Keep him, see what he can do. So
Well, fix the car. If both
That
teams,
too.
both cars or both drivers are struggling.
drivers. Yeah.
It's not completely the drivers. It could be.
Yeah.
But doesn't
Yeah.
seem to be.
No. So, we're just waiting for the actual confirmation from Alpine, but every news broadcast is basically saying it's happened. So, usually when that happens, it's pretty accurate. So, we will see. But we will be back next week with a race review of
Brazil.
a chaotic one. We'll be drinking caipirinhas while we review it.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Yep. Grab a fresh set.
Bye.